I'm back, baby! Well, I'm feeling like $1 million. I'm back. I slept well last night. I actually passed out. I'm pretty sure Heather put something in my drink. Not entirely sure, but I don't care because I feel fantastic. How do you feel?
Like shit.
Well, can we make it a little bit more exciting, or is it just going to be like this?
How?
Just act like you're excited, I guess.
I am excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ew. I burped.
What was that?
I burped.
That was disgusting.
I know.
That's not how you open a video, Heather.
I didn't mean to. I don't even know how to burp. It just happened.
I'm gonna throw up. Okay, before we get into this video, which is all about Thrilljoy, we have so much to show you. We're gonna show you a mega picks out of the box. Can you even believe it? I'm so excited to finally put my hands around this thing and just have my way with it.
Okay, that's weird.
And we're also going to show you a regular picks that I picked up at New York Comic Con and a piece from the Thrilljoy booth from Brian Mariotti. We're also going to talk about our conversations with Brian and just how awesome of a person he is. But before we get into that, I want to talk about Mischief Toys because we have a couple things left on the website right now.
We have something so awesome. I don't even know how it's still on the website. So we partnered with Vertebrae 33, who is an incredible artist who typically does apparel.
Look
an 11 by
at
17
that masterpiece.
print. And guess what? There is a very high chance, I would say roughly 50% chance, that you will receive one that's signed by both Chris and I, and every single one is signed by Vertebrae 33.
Whoa, Heather.
Yes, so there's very few left on the website, so go over to mischieftoys.com and grab yours. Also...
And we might even put in an AP. How about an AP, Heather, or two?
We could do that. This is actually an AP right here.
You go and buy them now because we haven't even packed them up and they're not even ready yet. And they come in like a really nice like poster shipper thing.
Thick.
Very thick.
Speaking of thick, we got this guy.
F yeah, look at that butt.
Thick.
Look at that booty butt.
But look, this is our Blacklight Skeleton DeMonstro. He is amazing. He is on the website. And he glows in the black light, and he is awesome. We love him. He's perfect for Halloween. Go get yours. And glow-in-the-dark plush bundles with a black light pen. These are amazing. And the cape, we just found out, is removable.
Go and get yours right now, you freak. How could you have not purchased it yet? It's amazing. Go over to mischieftoys.com right now and buy your plush, buy your DeMonstro, buy your prints before they're all gone.
And Chris is closing this out before I'm done. Can I finish?
As long as it's on my face. Go ahead.
That's disgusting, but sure. We have Mortem protectors. You guys begged us. The second Mortem came out, you begged us for protectors. These are branded. They have the Mischief Toys logo right here on the top. They are 0.45 millimeters thick, and they have a locking tab. They are incredible quality. We have them in quantities of 1, 2, 5, and 10. Go and get yours. Now that's a little much because we only have 2 variants of Mortem out, but I promise you we're gonna have more. I put like very few 5 and 10 bundles up, but we have onesies and twosies in case you have 1 or 2. So go and grab yours. They're
Prepare
awesome.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's about to get wicked up in here, y'all, with Mortem.
Yep.
So mischieftoys.com, thank you so much to everybody who showed up on mischieftoys.com today and picked up all of their NYCC gear. We had pins on there, we had figures on there. It is all gone, but we do have these other things left over right now. So go over to mischieftoys.com if you haven't been there just yet. Man, that print is money bills. It's styling and profiling.
Well, I was saying we have shirts based off of that, but look, you're wearing it.
I got the shirt on right now, bro.
Yeah, this is a Vertebrae 33 Mischief Toys collab.
Lower, Heather.
Right here?
Hey.
Hey.
I did not want that. Now let's talk about Thrilljoy.
I am thrilled and I am joyed to show you guys what we got.
Brian Mariotti himself came over to our booth at New York Comic Con. He visited Mischief Toys and we got to chat a little while Brian is an amazing guy. Now, if you did not see our interview with Brian, you can go back and watch that. It happened sometime last week. We also unboxed some of the picks. We had a really good time showing off all the cool brand new Thrilljoy items that they sent us. They're so sweet. Thank you so much, Thrilljoy, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to Brian Mariotti. I am super stoked over what Thrilljoy's doing. I love their products. I think that they're great. And I want to talk a little bit more in depth, and I want to show you a Mega Pix right here. We're going to show you a Mega Pix for the very first time, and if you aren't in love with them yet just by seeing the pictures, you're about to be in super love with them.
Are we going to get the talking out of the way first? Because I have a lot of opinions.
About the figure?
About what people are saying.
You have no idea what these products are until you have them in hand.
Yes.
Okay, and I know a lot of people have complained about the price point on them as well, but these are high quality collectibles.
Not only are they high quality, but they're very large. So if you take a Pix box out of the box, it's roughly like 2 to 2.5 pop in the box sizes. So they're large. Not only that, but you and I know how expensive manufacturing is.
It's expensive.
When I was told what the retail cost of Pix would be, my jaw dropped. Not because I thought they were expensive, but because I thought, how do you get them to be profitable at that low price point? Because when we saw them, I was like, oh my God, that's going to be expensive. No, $50 is cheap for a product like that.
Expensive AF, Heather.
Yeah.
To some people, but I believe that these are the next iteration in the collectible world.
Yeah.
This is something brand new. The Mega Pix is something that I really like because it is a big figure, and the way that it moves, its arms move, and the way that you can attach different pieces onto it is something that I am super stoked about, and I believe it's going to change the collecting game from henceforth. And I can't wait to show you that, and we're going to show you that here in a second. But I would like to first talk about Thrilljoy going to New York Comic Con for the very first time, and their first outing was a barn burner. That comes from WWE, Heather. JR used to say that.
Great.
Do you know who JR is?
Nope.
Okay, let me tell you.
Just keep it moving.
Let me just tell you how he said it, Heather. Let me get there. He would say this: "It's a barn burner," and I liked it. I like JR, and I think he's great. Not only did they have an excellent booth, the booth was beautiful.
It was so pretty.
It was beautiful. Not only that, but their setup, their decor for the actual booth itself was fantastic, and they did exactly what we have been begging for. They put on an event at the show. They actually had a panel where people came out and actually talked, and then you got to hear what they had to say. And I think that's amazing. That's what all of these companies should be doing. We should be putting on some sort of entertainment, some sort of show, some sort of party. That's what needs to happen. If you don't have that, you're just standing in line all day to buy collectibles. And honestly, at the end of the day, you get your collectible in hand, but what experience do you have other than being angry that you stood in a line all day? Exactly. Thrilljoy brought it, and they brought it very hard. And I'm going to show you what they brought. So we met up with Brian at New York Comic Con at the Thrilljoy booth, which was an amazing experience. He's so nice. He's so thoughtful. He said he was going to bring stuff to us, but we weren't entirely sure if he would actually have the time to do it. I mean, he's a pretty busy guy.
And not just that, but conventions are so hectic.
Absolutely. But he found the time to do it. And I want to show you both of those items, which is the Mega Pix and a piece of the booth, which are two super grails to us at this point. I went into New York Comic Con not really knowing how I felt about Thrilljoy. Like, I know we did the interview. I know that we saw some of the picks in hand. But I was like, is this something I'm really going to start collecting? After New York Comic Con, I am all in. Totally in. I love their shirts, which we're going to show as well. We're going to show the Mega Pix, which I'm in love with, and I'm going to buy way too many of them.
Yes.
We have so much to talk about, but before we do that, I want to show this Pix that I picked up while I was there.
You picked a pickup?
I picked a pickup.
Picked a Pix up.
I did. This is the Martian Soldier. And so this thing is really nice. We showed you in the previous unboxing, but this stuff is not cheap.
No.
No, this is high grade stuff. I also love that it has a New York Comic Con sticker on it.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. But if you open this thing up, as we showed you in the previous video, it has the little Pix card. And this is the first Pix card that we have that has a number associated. All of the other ones that we own have no numbers associated with them. And I'm assuming that is some sort of prototype that we have. I'm not entirely sure.
Or just like a sample.
Or a sample. Also, you can open these cards up if you really wanted to. They're magnetic. It has like a little divot here where you can disconnect them, reconnect them, which is really great. And then this Pix with this awesome figure inside. And one thing that he told us while we were at the convention, and I didn't even think about this, but you can like put these in a corner of a room.
That is what I was thinking when I first saw these, because they do have this rounded back. I've seen quite a few critiques on these items and people are like, well, why can't they just be flat? Okay, let me tell you something. You do not want this piece to be flat because you, like at any angle you look, you can see the background. It sort of wraps around it. It adds depth to these pieces.
Yeah, it looks great. It's cool.
It adds something unique and interesting.
Yeah.
And there are so many options with these, so they actually were so thoughtful. They put like a wall hanger in here, so you can put a nail in your wall and just hang it that way if you'd like, or you can stack it on top, and these lock really, really, really well.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great feature, especially when you're talking about something at this size. A lot of people complain about the size as well.
See, the thing is, a lot of the people critiquing this are people who collect Funko.
Yeah.
Because you and I are surrounded by Funko collectors because of what we do. And I understand where Funko collectors would be hesitant over this between the price point and the size, but I don't feel like these are supposed to be collected like Pops. Collecting Pops, in my opinion, is almost like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. But with Pix, I feel like there's such a variety of them. You don't need every single one.
Yeah.
They're very unique, and they just add something different to your collection.
Well, people complain about the size, the price point, because these actually go for $50. For the high grade quality box, this case, the figure inside, that is incredibly cheap considering that we know the toy world because we're in it with Mischief Toys. We know how much this stuff costs. This is not cheap. Magnetic pieces in this card, or this card holder, that's unreal.
It really
this is expensive stuff. So I understand the price point. He's going for a high-end product.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is Louis Vuitton. That's what he mentioned to us in our interview. He wants high-end product. And I think that's great considering that he's coming from Funko Pop, which is a very cheap product. Very cheap boxes, very flimsy. You guys have had damaged Funko Pop boxes before. Well, with something like this, there is no way you're going to have a damage. I mean, well, believe me.
It can happen. Don't say it would not happen.
But it's going to be harder to damage it.
Much harder.
But these figures are really, really great, and I think people need to see them in hand. If you did not go to New York Comic Con and you're only seeing photos of these things, or maybe you ordered one online and you're waiting to get one at home, when you get it in hand, I think it's going to change your mind about these entirely.
Absolutely.
The details, the high-end feel of them, and also limited pieces across the board. 5,000 pieces for this figure. We mentioned that there was a 24-piece figure, and then there's also a chase. Here are the T-shirts that Brian handed off to us. These are really sweet too.
Now I'm going to tell you...
Look at this quality.
Yeah, these are quality, but let me tell you guys a little story. We recorded this video not too long ago, and unfortunately it stopped recording like halfway through, which sucked. I mean, it wouldn't be a Gastlecast video if it weren't for stuff like that happen. So that's why it's out of the box. But I wanted to show you the box because the box is nothing short of quality as well. So metallic Thrilljoy logo, gloss and matte, they're stunning. It's almost like a pizza box. Not only that, but here's Brian Mariotti's name back here, Thrilljoy logo. They're just stunning. You open it up, they're wrapped in plastic on like a board, and inside of plastic, so you have to remove the plastic, you pull the shirt out, and then there's like a cardboard piece that they come attached to sort of keep them with their shape. It is just quality all around.
Absolutely. Look, that arm says 2024. This arm has a logo with blue on it that says Thrilljoy, and then on the very back, it has this little footprint logo as well. And I love the tags. The tags are very high-end as well. Across the board, this is high-grade stuff.
Yeah.
And I love it. The only thing about these shirts is that you gotta hand wash them.
Yeah, these in particular. Now, I would imagine that they probably have some other pieces that you can machine wash, but because of the rubber, you don't want to put this in a washing machine. So if anybody out there has hand washing tips, because I've never washed anything by hand, which I should have because I have a Disney Spirit jersey and a Harry Potter Spirit jersey that went through the washer and did not survive very well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was my fault. But if anyone has any hand washing tips, I would love it because I do not want to mess this up.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. And by the way, just like everything else, it's a limited piece of 200. But as I mentioned, Brian was so sweet to come over to our booth at the end of the show. He actually came over at one point earlier in the show, chatted with us, and then he came back to deliver some stuff to us.
Yes.
So he delivered, which I consider my holy grail now, from Thrilljoy. It's this piece. This is from the booth itself. This is blue. It's a blue bust. And look at this. Gastlecast rocks, B.
He did that by himself.
The big B wrote that. How do you like that?
I love it. So before we go any further, I do just want to talk about something because I know a lot of people are wondering about this. I feel like it's important to talk about. It's a little bit controversial. Really sorry, Brian. Really sorry, Chris, but I feel like we need to put this in a video. We, in the past, have been known to talk not very nice about Funko. During the height of us yelling trash and being insanely critical with Funko, Brian Mariotti was in the CEO role over at Funko. We did say some things and basically put the blame on him for Funko doing really weird stuff. Super high piece count, stuff not selling out, quality control issues, customer service stuff, blah, 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 blah. Anything that we felt wasn't absolutely perfect. We said, you know what? Brian Mariotti should be doing better.
He got the blame for everything.
Poor Brian. But that was our ignorance. We didn't really know what exactly a CEO's role was. We
in
did,
a publicly
but we
traded
didn't.
company, by the way.
Yes, in a publicly traded company. So essentially, his role is to appease the shareholders when you're publicly traded. And what do shareholders want? They want to get paid. You have to listen to the shareholders. And as a collectible company, that's really hard because how can a collectible company with limited edition pieces be super profitable and be a billion-dollar company?
Profitable?
Profitable.
Oh, thank you.
Is that it?
Yeah. That was weird.
It's a tricky balance.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you on one end, you want it to be collectible, but on the other end, you're like, these guys are putting money into the company. I need to make sure that they get money back, so we need to make them happy. So it had to be a really difficult balance for him. And I just want to say that apparently he's put that behind us and he does not hold that against us.
No.
Which I am so thrilled about. But honestly... Enjoyed. But honestly, I feel bad for our ignorance during that time.
We were very ignorant. Sorry about that, Brian. We were being, as some people in the business would call douchebags. We were being bags of douche. But Brian was incredibly nice to us, and he actually talked to us a lot during the convention about our toy business, not only just about Gastlecast, but he was really sweet to us about the toy business, and he offered some advice to us. I'm just so excited that we made that connection. I think it was about time that we did. I'm glad that it's happened now, and now we can talk to each other. I think it's so awesome. And look, he brought us a piece of the actual booth. He's saying Gastlecast rocks. A year ago, if you told me that this was going to happen, I would tell you you're absolutely insane. One, that Brian has a brand new company where he has a beautiful new character called Blue, that he would write Gastlecast rocks on anything. And by the way, he wrote it on a piece of the booth that he brought to us, to our booth. He came to the Mischief Toys booth with this and with this mega figure that we're about to show you, this Mega Pix, which is mind-blowing.
Yeah, honestly, I'm shocked over this. I would have expected a pile of poop that said Gastlecast sucks a year ago. But we got part of the booth. It's beautiful. Gastlecast rocks. Such a huge compliment, and we are so grateful.
This is a super grail to me. This is in the top of my grails. Of all the collectibles I have, this is really huge to me. So thank you to Thrilljoy and to Brian for giving us this. This is so sweet of you guys. Unbelievable. I'm going to set him over here for a second. But let's take a look at this guy. So we have this Mega Pix.
And he is mega.
Look at this thing, okay? This is heavy. By the way, it's beep-bopping around in there. And the reason why it's beep-bopping around, there's a piece of plastic that I believe is supposed to be on the top that is not there.
Let me pretty it up because I want you to get at least a decent presentation without his hands falling all over.
Okay.
I want you to see what it's supposed to look like. Even though we don't have the plastic, I just would prefer it be presented that way and not in the shape that it's in because we mishandled this.
So,
sorry, Blue.
Just like the Pix boxes, this is really high grade as well. And I know good boxes because of Mischief Toys and also Hot Toys. Hot Toys are expensive.
And because of your wife.
And because what? Okay.
Good boxes.
Okay. So this thing.
Okay, I can't do
I wouldn't
this.
even worry about it. You're making. So look, if you look. Oh my God! What are you doing over there? Can you just pull it out? Pull it out, Heather. So you have this blue right here on this on this side of the box, and it's that metallic sort of color. What do you call this, Heather? It's like a metallic, like a metallic leaf or something. What do you call that?
I don't think it's a leaf. I don't know what you would call it.
I don't know what you would call it, but it's chrome, and then it also has this really nice looking front of the box here as well. But it's a really nice presentation, shiny. Like it's a little bit matte, it's a little bit shiny. You have a limited to 1,000 pieces down here. Blue's name, Nightmare on Elm Street, Thrilljoy. I'm so excited that we got a horror character because we love horror.
So I don't even think that Brian knows this, but Nightmare on Elm Street is literally my favorite horror movie of all time.
I know, you're such a huge fan. I'm a huge fan too. So here, if you pull him out, now he actually had a card in there.
Yes,
which
the
we
card
removed.
goes up here,
Yep.
and his hands go right next to him. But, well, we didn't remove them. They fell out. I'm actually missing a blue hand.
On the back of this card, you'll see that there isn't a number. So it's like a prototype, or what did you call it earlier, Heather?
My guess is it could be
like a sample?
Sample. So there's
Yeah.
a bunch of different types of protos out there. A lot of people associate protos with unpainted, but realistically, a proto can be anything prior to a production piece.
So this is the blue Mega. If you did not go to the convention, then you most likely only saw photos online. At the convention, you could see these sort of up close and personal behind glass. We have one here, as you can see, in hand. On the back, it says Nightmare on Elm Street. He has blood spatter on him. There's this cute little face with a little bit of blood there as well. He's wearing a jumpsuit, which is like similar to the jumpsuits they were selling there.
Yeah.
They were like New York Comic Con jumpsuits. Nightmare on Elm Street here again. And it says Blue, his little name right there.
He's amazing.
So, couple things. His hat is removable, which is amazing. I love that he has like accessories. Then the hands come off, they're magnetic. And we're gonna put let's see, we'll put these on. These are syringe fingers from Freddy Krueger, one of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. But if you look at these syringe fingers, they have like these little indentations in them. It looks like actual little syringes, which is badass, really great detail. These magnets are very strong. The hands go on
strong.
really easily, really well. And then if you listen, it has like a locking mechanism.
Yeah.
Which is really cool too.
Yeah, I find this whole piece very interesting. I love that there's syringe fingers on this piece. So the syringe fingers actually appeared in Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so look, you can actually pose him a little bit. His legs do not move, but you could pose him a little bit with his hands. You could turn his head. His head, it does swivel there. Multiple gloves.
Did you show this?
Yeah. The hat comes off, which I love that too. On his arm, it actually says Thrilljoy. So you have that as well. This thing is amazing. It feels good. It's heavy. It feels high quality, just like everything else from Thrilljoy. And the retail is $125.
That's nothing.
That is nothing in comparison to like the big Freddy figures.
Yeah, so since everybody wants to compare Thrilljoy and Funko, and we are a Funko-centric channel, I only feel it's appropriate for us to do that. So let's talk about the Project Fred figures for a second. They are roughly the same size. Are they 10 inches or 12?
I want to say they're 12.
Okay, I think these are about 12. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Those are what, $250 or $270 or something?
Yeah.
These are half that price.
And they move. They have accessories.
Yeah, where the Project Fred... Do you want to talk about the Fanta Clown again, or should we pretend that didn't happen?
There hasn't even been a Project Fred that I care about at this point. None of them have been good. It's supposed to be like a design, deco character, like just splash paint on him. It's really crappy. This is Blue dressed up as a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger. That is fantastic.
It is.
Then they have other characters. They have Jason Voorhees, but it's not as Blue. It's just Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
I saw a Skeletor there. I saw Blue as Ninja Turtles there with nunchucks. I'm going to buy so many of these things.
I know, it's going to be really ridiculous.
And as you know, I love bigger figures. I have a ton of Hot Toys, but I know this is going to sound insane, but I'm feeling like my shelves are going to being filled up with these over my Hot Toys. I love these figures. I love the presentation. I love the magnetic pieces. I'm telling you, this is my favorite thing of the convention. Yeah. My favorite thing. I mean, aside from my big old bust. But no, really, in terms of products, I love the Megas. I think they're fantastic.
They're cool. So they actually weren't even for sale at the convention. I am very eager for those to go up for sale.
Me too. And I talked about this with Brian a little bit. And he was like, yeah, we didn't have them in time. There was some sort of timing issue. And I said, you know what? It's actually good that they didn't drop, because now you're making people hungry for them. And I'm sure you're hungry by watching this video right now. If you're looking at this thing, you're thinking $125 for that. 100%. This is awesome. $125 is nothing for this.
No.
Awesome box, awesome figure. Comes with the card, accessories, hat that removes. Come on. I'm in love. Thrilljoy is amazing. I'm in love with Thrilljoy. Love the shirts. Love the bust. Love the pics. Mega pics. Come on. Let us know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you love them? What are your thoughts? I need to know if you're on board with us, because I need more blues.
I especially want to hear the opinions of people who were able to get these in hand already.
Yes. Yeah, because there are some people out there who did get them. They like want them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
No, I'm sorry. I meant Thrilljoy in general, the pics. I don't know how many of these exist.
No, there are some people out there who did have these. They were like winning them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, but we would love to know your thoughts on the pics as well, because I really love the pics. Look how far different these two products are. You got like the little miniature pics in this thing, and then you have the mega pics with the removable pieces.
I am eager to see what else they bring, because like you just mentioned, these are completely different.
Yeah.
And we all know that Funko started off with wobblers.
Yep.
And about 10 or so years later, that's when Pop came out, their most popular product. So if we're getting this unique, awesome stuff this early on, I'm eager to see where the transformation takes them, if they even have one, or if we just get a ton of these. These guys have a ton of love, and they don't need to do anything else.
Now, yeah. I can't wait to see what's in the future for Thrilljoy. I love it. I think they're awesome. I love Thrilljoy. I'm a #1 fan. Brian Mariotti, you're the man. Thank you so much for everything. You are the best. Let us know what you think about this and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Cody Wilcox, Larissa Ellis, Mark Bates, Bad Juju, Jewy Prime, Heather Coy, Joe Grioli, Fawaka, John Cunningham, and Cody Laws. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. Remember to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. On our upcoming Patreon call, which will take place this Saturday, you're not going to want to miss out on Halloween week previews. We'll also be giving away a bunch of stuff. It's going to be a real blast of a call. We're going to talk about New York Comic Con in depth. There's a lot to go over, so check out patreon.com/Gastlecast to join that call. Additionally, you also see your name, just like you're seeing it on the screen right now. Your name could be here if you're not a patron already. Join up. It's a blast. Patreon.com/Gastlecast. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and a little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You don't want to miss any new content. We have a blast here. Come and check us out on Sundays between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to announce Halloween week on Sunday, so come back and hang out with us, and we're going to talk about all things Mischief Toys. That's all we've got for you. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.